Welcome back to another episode of Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Josiah Schuneman. It's another busy week in prep sports with a ton of interesting matchups on tap. One of those is in baseball with a DVC matchup as Neuqua Valley takes on Naperville North. Naperville North travels to Neuqua Valley and it's a beautiful day. This game is to strike out cancer as both teams are wearing special jerseys to honor someone they know who battled or is battling cancer. People in attendance are also wearing pink and the special cause has brought out a good crowd. To the bottom of the first where Mark Meneke gets the scoring going. He sends a solo home run into left field and gets the Cats up 1 to begin the game. North is now up, and it's Cole Clemens' turn to swing for the fences. He hits one into left, and it gets some assistance from the left fielder, who has the ball hit off his glove and over the fence. We're all square at 1 in the second. Next inning for the Huskies, Zach Bava decides to crush a dinger of his own. It's good to extend North's lead to 3-1 after another run scored in the second. We stay in the third where North's Jackson Prentice slashes one between third base and the shortstop. It drives in a run and brings the Husky lead to 3. Meneke gets another go in the box for Neuqua, and while it might not be a home run, he collects another RBI on the single, then advances to second off a wild throw. The Cats still trail in the bottom of the third. The next at-bat is a big one for the Cats. Thomas Cuban sends the ball deep into left field with the ball hugging the foul pole. It clears the fence and the umpire calls it fair. We're back even at 4. In the bottom of the fourth, Neuqua is now up 5-4 and they add on to that. A single by Andrew Gold drives in 1 run and the Wildcats take a 6-4 lead, scoring 5 unanswered runs. Naperville North is able to respond here off a hard single up the middle by Peyton Seipel. That brings home a run and gets the Huskies closer to tying it in the 6th inning. To the top of the 7th, North needs 1 run to tie the game and it comes off the bat of Prentice. He comes up clutch for the Huskies, advancing to second while Clemens gets to third base just before the tag. We're all tied at 6. Big moment here as Sebastian Guzman gets Seipel to swing, but it's a dropped third strike. It allows a runner to cross the plate and give North a 7-6 lead. Next at bat, Max Steele comes up with the bases juiced and hits a blooper which just drops past the diving effort from the left fielder. It allows 2 runs to score, but Seipel is called out trying to score from first base. North is up 9-6 with the Wildcats getting 1 more chance for a comeback. Yash Desai comes into the game in the 7th and ends up facing a bases-loaded situation. He's able to pick up 2 big strikeouts under some heavy pressure, including this one. One out left and the base is still juiced. Desai is able to force a ground ball from the hitter and Tanner O'Malley touches second base to close out the game. North wins a back-and-forth contest that saw many lead changes and multiple home runs from each team.
The high school baseball season has hit the conference slate as Naperville Central and Waubonsie Valley take the field for the DVC opener. The host Redhawks look to build on their 7-3 record, while the visiting Warriors want to put behind their slow start to the season and pick up a conference win. Warriors are batting first with Hiroshi Wong hitting the ball, but Clay Schrader makes an unbelievable catch for the out. Then Chris McCormack ends the top of the first with a nasty curveball to send Mason Riggenbach to the dugout. Nate Wiley gets the bats going for the Redhawks by hitting this ball to left field for a single. Michael Umbright is up to bat, and despite the flyout, Wiley comes home to score, and it's 1-0 Central. Now 3-0 Hawks, and this time Gabe Dickerson pokes the ball into right field, bringing in Michael Boyce, and Central leads 4-0 after the first. McCormack continues to use his curveball, and it works for another strikeout. 7 punch-outs for McCormack. His counterpart Juju Thompson can also throw strikeouts as he cools down the NC bats. time for the Warriors to heat up in the third. Wong takes a shot at Schrader again, and this time the ball lands in his favor for a single. Then Luke Farley hits a ground ball that gets through, and Wong crosses home plate. Warriors trail 4-1 after the RBI single. However, the Central infielders steal the show with Umbright, Boyce, and Dickerson pulling the 5-4-3 double play. As for the Mets, Pombo Nicoludis rips this ball into left, and goodbye. A 2-run bomb for the UIC commit, and that extends the Hawks' lead by 5 runs. More homers to come, this time from Andrew Gallegos, who absolutely crushes this ball that gives zero chance for any outfielder. The strong hitting helps Naperville Central to an 11-1 win.
Coming up, we'll bring you some softball here on NSW.
Oh no, I think I lost my debit card.
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic, we're in a mall. Some stranger's probably tapping new shoes, tapping a washer-dryer combo, just tapping everything in sight.
It's okay, just tap your phone. With BMO, you can use your phone to freeze and unfreeze a lost card.
I can?
And you can always get a new card instantly at a BMO branch.
I got my tap back.
You ever seen someone this excited about a debit card before?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Not this excited.
When a bank gives you instant peace of mind, that's the BMO effect.
He took his victims at night, and they were never heard from again.
We were there when true crime podcasts spiked your anxiety.
Maybe try binging something less intense next time.
We were there for that. And we're here for everything else. Here it's personal, because we get to know you.
We stay at the plate, but this time we move to softball as Mattia Valley faces Bennett Academy.
It's the perfect afternoon for some softball as the Mustangs of Mattia Valley host the Red Wings of Bennett Academy, and both teams look for another victory, having won their previous games. The Red Wings get off to a flying start thanks to Taylor Sconza as she doubles a fly ball to center field and brings in Nina Passari to score the game's first run. We head to the top of the second inning after Bennett scores on a pop out and single. Here, Angela Horst homers to center field, bringing in Passari and Sconza, making it 6-0 Red Wings. Mattia Valley, though, finds some offense through Claire DeRosier's solo homer as she drills it over the fence to put the Mustangs on the board. The Mustangs are looking to gain momentum from DeRosier's home run. Genevieve Gonzalez singles a pop fly to left field, bringing in Morgan Cleveland, making it 6-2 at the bottom of the third. Yet Horst has other plans as she bombs one right over center field to earn her second homer of the day. She brings in a runner and extends the Red Wings lead to 8-2. Moving to the top of the fourth, Bridget Chapman singles a hard ground ball to center field, bringing in Gianna Horsch, making it 10-2. After another run for Bennett, Mary Kate Ritterbusch puts the game to bed as she cracks the ball over center field and goes over the wall for the 3-run homer. Bennett Academy get the W on the road as they defeat Mattia Valley 14-2.
Two of the area's top softball teams in recent seasons meet up on the diamond for the DVC opener, with Naperville North traveling to Neuqua Valley on Strikeout Cancer Night. Each team is wearing special jerseys for cancer and multiple sclerosis awareness. The Huskies send All-State pitcher Charlotte Chelich on the mound, who also provides a lot of pop for the North lineup at the plate. The Blue and Orange looking for revenge after Neuqua knocked them out of the sectional semifinal round last season. 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Olivia Hebron is at second base after an infield single when Shayna Woolwine pulls an RBI double into the gap to score Hebron. 1-0 Huskies. Nequa starting pitcher Ava Dries settles down and the sophomore gets a strikeout to help end the threat. Top of the second inning, 2 outs and Ellie Goff on first after an infield single when Olivia Hebron singles up the middle for her second hit of the day. Goff gets aggressive and slides into third just ahead of the throw. Following a stolen base from Hebron, the next hitter is the always dangerous Christina Donaldson, who chops a single the other way into right field. Goff and Hebron come around to score to make it 3-0 Naperville North. Next up is Charlotte Chelich, who gets all of this offering in a deep blast to center field for a 2-run homer. The Huskies feeling good, up 5-0 midway through the second inning. All 5 runs coming with 2 outs. Shayna Woolwine is up next and looks to bloop a single into the outfield, but Trista Werner makes a nice snag to end the inning. Nequa Valley is not ready to just roll over despite the deficit. After a bunt single from Natalie Liacani, Krista Waldusky drops a hit into right field for a single of her own. 2 on and nobody out. After a wild pitch moves the runners up a base, junior Madison Wagner with a line drive single into right to score a pair. Just like that, the Wildcats are right back in the game, down 5-2. Chelich settles down from there, racking up 16 strikeouts in the game as the Huskies hold on to the lead. Into the 5th inning where Laurel Anstein stands at second base when Shayna Woolwine singles into right field. Anstein comes around to score a big insurance run to make it a 6-2 ball game. Last chance for Nequa Valley entering the bottom of the 7th. Senior Izzy Ernest smacks a double into left field to get the inning started for the Cats. Nequa down to the final out with runners on second and third. Kate Scardina pulls the ball into left for a 2-out, 2-run single to make it a 6-4 game. The Wildcats bring the tying run to the plate. Natalie Liacani at the dish, and she hits a hard grounder up the middle, but Charlotte Chelich makes a great snag and throws her out at first to end the game. Naperville North hangs on for the win after another great matchup between these two programs.
Great game. Thank you for helping us.
For this play of the week, Clay Schrader makes a sensational play in the outfield. A ball is hit near center field and Schrader is able to make the catch while falling down. A fantastic effort by the senior to track it down and hang on to it through the ground.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
The Naperville Police Department needs your help to solve crime and bring offenders to justice. When you submit tips to Naperville Crime Stoppers, you help keep our city one of the safest in the nation. Tips to Naperville Crime Stoppers have helped solve hundreds of crimes and recover over $7 million in drugs, property, and cash. Remember, tipsters remain anonymous and receive cash rewards up to $1,000 if their tips lead to an arrest. Call the tip line at 630-420-6006. You may have that one piece of information that solves the crime.
Nequa Valley and Naperville Central girls soccer each needed to replace longtime legendary head coaches this spring. Both programs turned to familiar faces to step onto the sidelines this season. Patrick Cotto has more in our latest feature story, sponsored by Edward Elmhurst Health.
The Naperville Central and Nequa Valley girls soccer programs went through coaching changes this offseason after the retirements of Hall of Fame coaches, although replacements for Central's Ed Watson and Nequa's Joe Moreau were pretty much in the school's own backyard. This spring, the Redhawks and Wildcats hand the keys over to the respective boys coaches, Troy Adams and Arnaldo Gonzalez.
I just love the opportunity to work with the athletes, work with the students, and have a chance to keep the tradition of girls soccer at Central on a high note.
I had been coaching girls for many years, but again, to take upon a program, it's a different story. You almost want to kind of take the program in a certain direction, right? So again, I kind of just welcome that challenge. I really enjoy coaching soccer, so why not do girls at this level?
This may be the first time both will serve as leaders of varsity girls soccer, but both coaches were already connected to their programs before taking over the head roles. Adams served as an assistant under Coach Watson, while Gonzalez spent his time with the JV squad with Moreau leading varsity. While the sport remains the same, the adjustment is a bit different when it comes to coaching on the girls' side in the spring.
I know it's soccer, but it is a different beast. And just to kind of take over the program, I mean, it was big shoes to fill. Moreau was here, one of the greatest coaches out there. So, very excited to take upon this challenge, and it's been a great so far.
There's a learning curve on each end of them. Each season is so different. And not just even the difference between coaching boys and girls, but just the dynamics of the season. The fall, you have the whole summer leading up. The spring, you're trying to work during the winter, and you've got, rightfully so, athletes that are playing other sports. It's hard to get everyone together, but it's a very unique situation to be able to kind of see the dynamics between the two.
Taking over for Ed Watson, who made Central Girls Soccer a premier program for over 30 years, Coach Adams is coming off a state championship season with the Red Hawk boys this fall. He also had top 3 state finishes in 2011, 2012, and 2013. Adams also helped the Hawks to many regional and sectional titles, which brings excitement to the girls team looking to make a deep postseason run after several heartbreaking finishes in recent seasons.
He had an incredible season with the boys in the fall, so we were really excited to have him coming onto the girls program, and he's brought in a lot of new ideas that we're all really enjoying, and it's been a really fun time so far.
He's brought a lot of new things into the program and just been able to keep us working hard, and our work ethic always at its top tier, so it's just been a good few weeks, and the start of the season's been good.
Joe Moreau, who coached girls soccer at St. Charles before the school split into St. Charles East and St. Charles North, won 5 consecutive state championships from 1996 to 2000. He then made the move to Neuqua Valley to bring home a state title in 2005 as an assistant coach and a state runner-up finish in 2015 as head coach. In the fall of 2015, Arnaldo Gonzalez was named head coach for the Neuqua boys, where his team won regional titles in 2016 and 2021. The Wildcat girls are coming off back-to-back regional titles, and Gonzalez is ready for the challenges ahead.
You always want good coaches to be in the programs around you. They only make you better, and you want good people and people that know soccer to be in the game, because it's good for the game.
For the time being, it will be exciting to see what each coach will bring to their new roles on the soccer pitch. The two teams met up earlier this season, where the Red Hawks came away with a narrow 2-1 win. It's also likely that these two teams could see each other again in the postseason at some point in the challenging East Aurora sectional. Last season, it was Neuqua under Coach Moreau who stunned Coach Watson's Red Hawks in the regional championship game. Now with Adams and Gonzalez coaching each other in both the fall and the spring, we will see multiple opportunities for bragging rights.
We're competitive, so we enjoy it, and playing with him is always going to be a hard-fought, challenging game. He'll change tactics, he'll change ideas, and you have to adapt around it.
For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
We move from the turf to the tracks for the track and field Gus Scott Invite taking place at Naperville North.
We're off to the races in the boys track and field season, kicking it off with the Gus Scott Invite hosted by Naperville North. We start with the triple jump as Bennett Academy's Andrew Manuel, whose jump of 11.64 meters is good for 4th place. We move on to the track in the 3,200 meter dash with Wheaton Warrenville South's Lucas Yonker taking first place with a time of 9.45. Bennett Academy's Aiden Hullett takes 3rd and clocks in a personal best, with Naperville North's Sean Chilcote rounding out the top 5. Next are the 110 meter hurdles. Taking first place is Stag's Davidus Masaitis with a time of 15.78. Naperville North's Will Karosik finishes second, and Bennett Academy's Owen Takahashi takes fourth. We stay on the straightaway with the 100-meter dash, and racing down the track is Naperville North's Nate Jacobs as he takes first place with a time of 11:08.
Nice day out, wind at our back. Hoping for a better time, but first place. So that's great, Got the music blaring. I've heard a couple of our guys say that they love the meet. And, Coach always says that we host best meets, so that's what we're trying to do, and I think that's what we're doing. So
the next event is the 400-meter dash, and Naperville North standout junior Munib Shah crosses the finish line to run a personal best of 50.91.
I mean, coming out with a 50.91, that's just the beginning, and more work is to come, and I feel like that time can go down and down and down, and then hopefully getting that sub 50 and in that 49 mark.
We move on to the mile run, which features plenty of talent on both the Huskies and Red Wings roster. However, Jedediah Wilson of St. Charles East takes first place with a time of 4.29, and Bennett Academy's Charlie Phelan finishes third, clocking in at 4.38. The last event of the night is the 4x400-meter relay. We go to the final leg here as there's a three-way battle between Naperville North, Wheaton Warrenville South, and Bennett Academy. Yet North pulls away from the field to take home the victory, with Bennett Academy finishing in second. In the end, Naperville North wins the Gus Scott Invitational, followed up by Bennett Academy finishing in third. The outdoor track and field season is here as the Huskies of Naperville North host the annual Gus Scott Invite. We begin with the long jump as Waubonsie Valley's Taylor Amidian takes first place in the event, winning with a jump of 5.17 meters. We move to the sprint relays featuring Naperville North and Bennett Academy. Cary Grove takes first place with a time of 50.25, and Naperville North's Caitlin Yakus, Kennedy Molden, Natalie Frimpong, and Michaela Doxey take third place, with Bennett Academy finishing in sixth. We now jump to the hurdles. Cary Grove's Lindsay Koenig takes first place with a time of 14.93. North's Clara Longenbaugh and Bennett's Gabby Brown take second and third, both clocking in personal bests. Staying on the straightaway with the 100-meter dash. In Heat 2, freshman Leah Davis for the Huskies edges out Cary Grove's Juliana Ferreira by a tenth of a second to record a personal best of 12.96. And Waubonsie Valley freshman Olivia Rowan also hits a PR of 13.43. Next up is the 1600-meter dash, with a pack of Huskies on the track that includes sisters Rihanna and Shania Tandon, Logan Brennan, along with Bennett's Louisa Diamond. Diamond, though, pulls away to take first place with a time of 5 minutes 11 seconds, followed by Marley Andelman of St. Charles East, and Logan Brennan taking third place, clocking in a personal best in the process along with the Tandon twins.
I love the night races, being under the lights, and it was so nice to be able to do my first real outdoor meet. I have two of my teammates right beside me, and one's a freshman, so it's all new to her, so it was nice leading her through and giving her some tips and everything. Someone has to make a move in the last lap, so I thought, why can't it be me, and I made that move.
It was neck and neck until the end of the 200-meter as both Leah Davis and Olivia Rowan finished in second and third. Davis wins by 0.5 of a second with a time of 27.28. Last but not least is the 4x400-meter relay. Cary Grove completes the first handoff in first place with Naperville North and Bennett Academy in third and fourth place. Cary Grove wins in the end as the Huskies finish in third place and the Red Wings in fifth place. Overall, Naperville North wins the Gus Scott Invite, followed by Bennett Academy in third and Waubonsie Valley finishing in fourth place.
Up next, we break out the rackets for boys tennis here on NSW.
Oh no, I think I lost my debit card.
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic, we're in a mall. Some stranger's probably tapping new shoes, tapping a washer-dryer combo, just tapping everything in sight.
It's okay. Just tap your phone. With BMO, you can use your phone to freeze and unfreeze a lost card.
I can?
And you can always get a new card instantly at a BMO branch.
I got my tap back.
You ever seen someone this excited about a debit card before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Not this excited.
When a bank gives you instant peace of mind, that's the BMO effect.
For our final highlight of the show, we have boys tennis with Naperville Central hosting Neuqua Valley. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon at Naperville Central High School as we have another DVC matchup in boys tennis. The Redhawks take on the Neuqua Valley Wildcats and look to rebound after losing their conference opener to Waubonsie Valley. The Wildcats are going for another conference win after beating Naperville North last week. We begin with number 1 singles between Naperville Central's Rohan Jha and Neuqua Valley's Johnny Moe. Moe gets off to a good start against Jha and powers a strong shot inbounds as Jha can't get to it. Moe takes both sets 6-1, 6-3. Next we go to 2 singles featuring Redhawk Emil Nahan and Wildcat Vishwa Salem. Salem gets ready to serve and goes back and forth against Nahan. Salem gets an opportunity to power this ball down the line and he gets the point. He also takes the first set 6-0. On to the second set, and Salem is in good control in this match. Nahan tries to keep this match close, but his shot goes into the net. Salem gets the point to win the second set 6-1 and put the Wildcats in good position for a team victory. Now we go to number 1 doubles with Redhawks Dan Rabinovich and Vincent Yin taking on Wildcats Sid Javeri and Kai Sun. Javeri starts us off with a good serve and Yin hits the ball out of play as the Wildcats take the first set 6-3. This time it's Sun's turn with a strong serve as he goes back and forth with Rabinovich. Sun gets some power on the return and Rabinovich hits the ball into the net. The Wildcats win the second set 6-4. In the final match of the day, we have 2 doubles with Central's Peter Pack and Jeremy Zhao against Neuqua's Divya Chara and Andy Yu. In the first set, Andy Yu serves this one with some power and Pack gets to it, but Chara makes a good forehand smash to get the point. Wildcats take the first set 6-3. On to the second set, and the Redhawks make it interesting. Zhao goes back and forth against Chara, but the ball bounces off him, and Central is still alive in this one. However, the Wildcats show their dominance in this match as Chara once again delivers another forehand smash to put the second set away 6-4. Neuqua puts on an impressive performance as they shut out the Redhawks 7-0 and remain undefeated in conference play at 2-0. On this play of the week, it's Mackenzie Ondrachek hitting a home run, but in an unconventional way. She crushes this ball to center field with Anna Riggs coming home, but that's not the end of it. Bennett has trouble getting the ball to the infield, so Ondrachek decides to sprint towards home plate, and she gets in safely for an inside-the-park home run. That's not a play you see every day. What an insane sequence as she makes great contact on the swing and is able to hustle all the way home. She was all hyped up and for good reason. That's it for the show. Join us next week for more spring sports as we'll have yet another busy slate on the docket. Don't forget, we're always online. Check us out on our website for extended highlights and stories at nctv17.org. You can also find us on social media at nctv17 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Josiah Schuneman. Thanks for watching.